Good morning. So welcome to part 2 of this Madrid Hyrox vlog. Haven't even got to the Hyrox yet and realised that the footage that this camera takes is so big that I couldn't fit it on my laptop, so I had to create video 1 and then delete the footage off the MacBook to then be able to even record just today. So today's plan of action is relax, just chill out. We'll hit the gym for half an hour. I'm just going to sit on the bike, but that's not going to be until closer to the race. I've got to be at the venue for around 5:30. I'm going to try and get there a little bit early just to record some footage and just scope the place out. I feel sometimes for me, the longer I'm there, the less sort of nerves that I feel, basically. The longer I can be in the environment, the more I get used to it. And that goes for a lot of things, doesn't it? So first pro event, I don't really know what to expect. It's a 7:10 race time. Now I have trained at 7:10 in the evening, obviously, and I don't want to do anything different today that I would normally do. So by that I mean I'm going to be just eating as usual. And then yeah, just go with the flow. As I say, there's not a ton of pressure on me for this race. I haven't put a lot of pressure on myself because it's the first pro event. I don't know what to expect. And I'm sure we'll finish, and I'm sure we'll have a good time. Naturally, I always feel a little bit nervy, but I think that's completely normal when it comes to absolutely anything. I get nervous at parkrun, so you know I'm definitely going to be nervous today. So yeah, I'm going to take you through packing my bag. I'm going to sit back, relax, eat well, and I will go from there. So I'll quickly take you through what I'm going to be packing. Heart rate monitor. I always wear my heart rate monitor. Oh, I'd love to be able to race without my watch on, but I get so caught up with heart rate that I like to keep my eye on it, and I just know that I'm not going to be redlining too soon. With the heart rate monitor, it's very, very accurate, especially on sort of the ski erg, and whereas normally with just the wrist-based monitor, you don't get an accurate reading. Now, does this stop me from pushing hard? Maybe. I'd like to think that I push to my limits and I work to a point where I know I'm on that threshold. But if you didn't have a watch and you didn't have your heart rate in front of you, would you be able to push harder? That's the question. Some of the big boys do it, some of them don't. It's one of them. Headphones. Now, I've never been to an event on my own, so I might wear my headphones just to sort of warm up, but the vibe there is absolutely brilliant. Massage gun. To be fair, this is a game changer. It's tiny. It's really, really, really powerful. Therabody. I did have a cheap one off Amazon, but this has been fantastic, to be honest. I'm experimenting with gels in this race. So I've never took a gel in a race. I've been using them for the last 4 weeks in my evening sessions to practice with, and I found they help. So we'll give that a go. Electrolytes with, we've got citrulline malate in there. We've got AAKG, which is going to help with sort of nitric oxide production. So help dilate those blood vessels, get more blood around the body. I've also got just normal electrolytes in there as well, beta-alanine and taurine. The trusty old Pumas, I've only raced once in them. The biggest dilemma I've had is picking a pair of shorts that have got pockets so I can hold those gels, because normally I wouldn't wear a pair of shorts with pockets. Now I've got these running shorts, they're really tight fitted and they show the outline of genitalia, but they've got these amazing pockets on the side, which I've practiced with, and you can't even feel you've got a gel. On the other hand, I've got these really nice, short, free-flowing Nikes, which are brilliant, match the socks, match the trainers, and they do have pockets, but I just feel like they can be bouncing around, so I haven't made that decision yet. I'm gonna try them on a little later, and that's pretty much everything in the bag. microphone is completely died. Didn't know you had to charge it.
But yeah, first pro done, 106.16 I think. Super chuffed with that. I wanted around 1 hour 5. It was a really tough course. Usually they're sort of 9.5 kilometers. That I ran 10.5. So yeah, I'm not at all gutted. Felt really fast on the runs. Sleds felt good considering. The two things I felt hardest: burpee broad jumps for some reason, don't know why. Had a bit of cotton mouth, and then the wall balls, came unstuck on the wall balls. I don't think you can fully prepare yourself for the race situation. So it is what it is. I'm super happy. I've got London next week to better that. So yeah, good. I'm gonna refuel, get back to the hotel room, and then we can debrief, and I can look at all my splits and go from there. But yeah, super chuffed. I've had an hour just to calm down. The venue is super quiet. Obviously, it's tough as well racing at this late at night, because I've never raced this late. Usually I'm a morning person, so there was parts of it I think where, especially on the wall balls, I felt like I was losing a bit of energy. I felt like my core was a bit weak. I felt tired. Shoulders were tired, but like I say, it's all good. We'll break it down when we get back.
Evening, so I'm back, showered, packed. I say ready to leave in the morning. I'm not going to be in a mad rush, if I'm honest, because checkout's not till 12 o'clock, and to be rushing out, I've got all day. I don't fly until 8 p.m, which is a bit naff, really. Thoughts immediately after: I'm always disappointed, and I think that's a good thing and a bad thing. So I was disappointed because I know I can always do better, and it's more a case of, I know with more training, more dedication, applying myself better, another training block, blah, 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 I will be better, but I sort of want that now. So I'm just going to get this straight. I am absolutely happy with my result. Definitely, like proper happy. Getting back now and going through all of the data, which I'll put up on screen. I'm happy with. It gives me so much to take away, knowing what I need to improve on. With the open events, I feel like, yeah, there's always room for improvement, but I feel like it was a case of just trying to be that little bit faster and tweaking things. With this, with the pro events, it's a complete strength gain I need. So I kept my runs pretty similar to that of Birmingham a month ago. So 29 minutes 46 of running in Birmingham and 30 minutes 31 in Madrid. So there's not much in that at all. But the things that I came unstuck on were wall balls. So I spent 1.5 minutes longer in the wall ball station than previously. It felt heavy. Now obviously I've been using a 9 kilo ball to train with, but it was different. Core felt weak. I struggled holding the ball, and that's never happened before. But that's good, because you can never train a race situation. So it is what it is, and I'll go away and I'll improve on it and I'll get stronger. The wall balls really threw me at the end. Lunges, I was 1 minute slower on, which is funny because I felt like I was going fast through the lunges. But again, I think it's just a strength thing. It's a technique thing. I was taking too many breaks at the top. I wasn't necessarily stopping at any point, but I was taking the sort of the foot touch and then the next leg go. I need to get into I need to just step from one lunge into the other, into the other, into the other, and be a bit more fluid. Then the sleds. So the sleds were the two things that I was most worried about, and I felt like my sled moved really well. I was 76 seconds slower on the pull and 50 seconds slower on the push. Now the push, it felt heavy, but it was definitely manageable. Whereas the pull, I feel like it's a complete different technique change. When you're pulling the open weight, it's quite easy to just use arms for a certain part of that movement. But there's definitely no arms being used in the pull at the pro weight. Burpees were pretty much similar, so there's about 20 seconds in it. Again, happy with the burpees. Yes, there's room for improvement with the burpees, but I don't feel like I necessarily have to really work on that too much. It's still an aerobic workout that I can just keep
within the programming. Farmer's carry, absolutely fine, didn't drop them, come on. And then the ergs I was a bit slower on, but arguably that's because the ski erg setup here was like weird. It wasn't ski ergs both sides, it was just one long lane. So I felt like I was running in the ski erg for ages and then running out of the ski erg for absolutely ages as well. So I kept a decent pace on the ski erg, to be fair. The rower, I aimed to go a little bit slower because I could feel my heart rate spiking after those burpees straight into that next run. I used the rower as a bit of a recovery. So the rower, I rode a 4:18. I rode a 4:05 in Birmingham. So 15 seconds to bring my heart rate down. When I look at my heart rate data, it did considerably bring it down. And then from that point on in the race, I managed to sort of bring my heart rate down. So my heart rate was high through the ski and the sleds and the burpees. Rock zone time, to be fair, I'm about 40 seconds slower in the rock zone. I decided to use a gel in this race, and I probably won't be doing that again. Or if I do use it, I need to find out a better way of taking one on board, or find a better gel, because I sort of took the gel on, I was trying to breathe, I already had sort of dry mouth, and then I couldn't swallow it, so I had to then go and get water, so I had to stop. And I found myself stopping more than normal to get water. Don't know whether that was just because it was a warm environment, but normally I wouldn't stop that many times. But I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm not gonna make things up. I'm not gonna make excuses. It was so much heavier. It was so much harder, but I felt good. And like I say, it gives me now something to take away, to improve on, to get better, to get stronger. I've got London next week, so now I have that benchmark time to beat. And then I've got a 4-month training block before Glasgow that I can dial in on everything. Yes, I'll still improve my running. Yes, I'll still work on that, but I'm going to have a really, really, really big strength phase for the next 3 to 4 months in the build-up and preparation for Glasgow. And the beauty of Hyrox is, yes, you can be disappointed with your results, only just gives you more data to then go away and be better. Okay, so just always keep that in mind if you are doing one, or it doesn't even have to be a Hyrox, it can be a run, it can be anything. Don't be let down by any results. Things change, different environments, different variables that factor into your time. Just enjoy. You pay a lot of money for these things. So yeah, anyway, peace.
So stopped off at this Spanish little taverna down a back street. Gone for the Spanish omelette, and I've still got my grilled pigs here to come.
Good.
Oh, thank you. Jesus, look at the size of that. I'm up for anything, I am, but I mean, it's tasty, but it's just pure fat. Why pigs got fat ears? Polished the omelette off, way too sickly, proper fatty, so not complaining. Cup of melted chocolate, sublime. Enjoy. Hot. Well, this week has been well and truly exhausting. Really happy to have ticked off the first pro. It's just had me thinking for the last 12 hours I've been awake, just how much I want to improve on that time, and I can next week. So thanks for watching this vlog. I'll do as much as I can over the next week in regards to the London Pro, and then, as I said before, it's into a big strength phase, ready for Glasgow, unless I book anything in between, but I'd be silly to. So yeah, all the usual lark that you get with a YouTube video. Please like, subscribe, share. Yeah, it's been enjoyable. So see you on the next one.